hand it over to Merck and our blackout champion, Baldacci.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we love that gas. Appreciate it. As we get ready for this match, I'm one of the greatest blackout players of all time, Joe, and there's no way around that. But no, as we focus to this, I think they nailed. I think they nailed the points on the desk in the sense of we know how important it is how you look in the lead up to the event. LG looked very good. Heretics looked, I guess, as bad as you possibly could look heading into a major. It feels very tough to see Heretics coming out of this series with a victory.
It absolutely does, especially we saw them 0-4, right? Nadesh just talked about it. They had 3 map wins throughout the week. 2 of those were a hard point. 2 of them were also in one series against Optic. Optic won that series, so yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of things up against them. The other big issue is okay, you know, we've seen teams who have struggled with new rosters. They've went back home and proved. Heretics, though, when they go back home, they're not playing North American teams. They're going back home and finding any scrims they can and hoping whatever they're doing works out because they don't even know, right? We've talked about that where Heretics have felt like, all right, we're going to make this role change. They made this role change, and it's been great. It's been absolutely fantastic online in practice in Europe. Then they come back to the league, and after 2 matches, they're like, we have to go back. It just doesn't work against the American play style.
And now, to kind of talk about the other side of the coin, there have been teams that have struggled leading up to an event.
Yep. And
have really turned it up. Like Jin G comes to mind. They were, what, like 2-5 in their 2-week stretch of the Pro League. They go into Anaheim, they get second. So we have seen teams turn around. And I know the squad's different, but they've had some really impressive runs. You talk about top 6, top 8 performances. Like Heretics have had it in them. We just haven't seen it with this squad, is what's so frightening. If they're going to do it, is there somewhere where you think there might be a real weakness for LG that they can take advantage of?
I mean, they've lost a couple of controls today, right? But it doesn't look like they're going to. When you look at Heretics, they play a very aggressive style, right? And when you talk about their hard points, so we'll probably see Frequency or Seaside. We've already seen that a couple of times with Luminosity. Luminosity have looked great on that. So you have to win a Search and Destroy for Heretics. And when we talked Search and Destroy with Heretics, it hasn't been that great. Like, I don't see them winning 2 hard points against LG and winning this series. So if Heretics is going to do this, it's going to have to come from the Search and Destroys and the control.
Yeah, I mean, one good thing we saw, I guess, LG look pretty vulnerable in the Arsenal Search and Destroy, but I do want to shout out one giveaway, one sweepstake chance you guys have. This is Totino's presenting the CWL Champs Trip giveaway. 1 grand prize winner and a guest will win round-trip airfare, hotel, and more to Champs in Los Angeles. You can check it out at mlg.com/Totino's giveaway to enter for a chance to win. So, I don't know, maybe financially you're not able to go. You're looking for a free trip out to Champs, which is the biggest, the best event of the entire year. This is your chance to go. Get signed up, register for it, and see if get a little lucky.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see you at Champs.
That'd be awesome. And speaking of Champs, tickets available now, mlg.com/CWL Champs, August 16th through the 18th. We're about 3 weeks away from that, so a couple of big weekends very close to each other. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, $3.2 million on the line across this event in Champs, and tickets are still available. If you don't win the sweepstakes, you still have the ability to go. mlg.com/CWL Champs. You can get your tickets, get hotel, get everything set up, locked in. You can't miss it. I mean, we're heading into franchising next year. This is the final event of sort of Call of Duty esports as we know it. Like, we're going through massive changes next year, and this is a big moment. Kind of the end of a chapter, the start of a new one, and Champs is going to be absolutely wild.
Yeah, it absolutely will be. But back to this series, I mean, for Heretics, you're looking at your guys that have been consistent all year long, Journey, Lucky, and Metals. We know if that trio can go off, they have the individual talent, they have the ability to do so. And I mean, looking at cross-divisional play, you had nobody above a 1, so it has to improve somewhere.
When you look at this best of 5, is there anything that stands out as a good opening for them? Not really.
No. I mean, we just saw Luminosity win Gridlock Search and Destroy against Midnight. Maybe they were watching that match. Maybe they can try to make some adjustments. Frequency control, maybe that's one where you can see them finding an opening, but it feels like LG, because they lost a couple of controls today. Well, they won Seaside.
No, they lost 1 control. They lost one search.
Okay, so, you know, maybe they're very comfortable playing a number of different controls.
They lost the gridlock, yeah.
Yep.
And God, if you were going to pick LG's 2 top hard points, though, you probably go Hossie, you probably go Frequency. I think that's what's really scary about this as well.
Yeah, I think you'd probably throw Arsenal in that bunch, and that's I'm sure they're happy with this match.
Well, what's crazy about LG, if they're going to make this run, I mean, they're going to be the bottom seed in every single one of their matchups, so they're not going to have that veto advantage against any team throughout this.
Well, it's actually interesting, too, like, I mean, nobody is vetoing Frequency hardpoint against them. Nobody at all, which, I don't know. I think the desk talked about it. It just seems odd to me. I feel like I'd rather play them on, like, a C-side.
We're taking a look at the hardpoint deaths per minute leaderboard.
Deaths per minute?
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that kind of stat. So guys really staying alive, valuing their life. You see Skies from Luminosity at the top of the board.
I mean, these are all players I would expect to...
ICRs.
Yeah, these are your ICR slow AR players that are anchoring spawns, just shooting a laser beam
outside
in front
of Arceus, really,
Maddox, yeah.
his ICR tenure, well, no, sorry, his Maddox tenure didn't last long, so it didn't affect it much, as that was like, what, a couple days really of action. But yeah, all your ICRs, so somebody being in good positions, valuing their life, Skies sitting atop that particular stat, and he's going to need to do that here if LG are going to keep it rocking, because this will really, a win here gets them into kind of round 1 of the tournament. That's like, we had the plan.
Yep.
This almost feels like it's still a play-in a sense. Like now you're in the double elimination bracket.
Well, this is like your, I guess like a wild card round, right? Like, you know that we have like the NFL, but before you play the #1 seed, you know, winner of this plays Optic, winner of the other series plays the United. So this sort of gets you into the danger zone, I guess you would call it.
How tough is this for Heretics, considering LG have been playing all day?
It's a tough one, right? Like, everything's looking good right now for Luminosity. I guess one of the nice things about LG, too, something we didn't expect, there's something we saw at the Pro League, it was all Skies and Brack, but today it has been different players at different moments, right? It's been Slacked, it's been Formal, it's been John.
Slack's been sensational, yeah.
Right, so, I mean, that's like the best thing that could happen is that everybody's stepping up at their own individual time.
Just think about it, like if LG win this, if they make this run, they'd have to go through the play-in bracket, go through this wild card, play Optic, then more than likely 100 Thieves. Like they're going through it if they're going to make this run. As you see how stacked that top side is with 100 Thieves, Optic, FaZe, like a lot of the big dogs, you consider probably 3 of the top 4 teams in the world sitting on that top side, and the winner of this gets to head right into battle with that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm actually excited too. Even the bottom side, like I'm excited to see what E United we get, what Splice we get, heck, even what Gen G we get, because you can't deny it. Gen G still, you know, they were runner-up at Anaheim. They only lost to 100 Thieves. They tried to make a bit of a change to test things out with Spacely, but I mean, you can't deny the fact that they're probably, you have to put them at #2 right now, right? Like, what kind of run can they go through? In Splice, didn't have the best cross-divisional week, but you know, you get Hook. What run can you go on?
You saw the lower third before this one. LG was 4-0 today in hardpoint. On that run, they took the 1-4 in both of their series to get here. This is going to be Heretics' pick for the map 1. But LG have been lights out. Heretics have got to come out and win this, because the map 4 Frequency, you're heavily favoring the LG side. But to get into really that top 8 on the winner's side, that gauntlet, as you would, one of the teams has got to get to victory here and out the gates. Looks like pretty consistent trades back and forth, but John will win the gunfight out towards Rock. LG will get set up inside of the hard point, and patrolling top halls is Formal.
Yeah, version 15 coming out so far today. Formal trying to lock down top hallways with this ICR. Has a player with him and John, able to do just that. And you can already see Heretics trying to set up a bit of a split push. You have 6 and 8 on the opposite side of the map, but LG are just going to go. They're going to try and get garage control and get set up for that second hill. There's just one player left. They're trying to find Journey. What can Journey do? Is able to find one, but now here come his teammates.
So a fantastic job on the first hard point. Luminosity put up 28 points. But now they need to set up this push. They have no rock control. They have no backside garage control. We're on Method Sick POV as he's trying to lock down this back block. Fantastic shots at him. The first cut down, Skies gets eyes on Slacked as he cuts across the War Machine, or sorry, with the grapple. Team kill does come in from Brack on the LG end of things as well. So far, so good for Heretics in this opening hold.
Yeah, and you saw exactly what LG did. As soon as they saw Methods was all the way in the back, Slack just tried leaving him. It tried going towards that staircase, but a nice hold. That's 3 dead for Luminosity. 355
off streaks is Methods. Should be just a little bit closer there. Peaks and challenges, guns, Formal, snaps out, and there's another one. Method Sick, probably dealing with more criticism than most players in the Pro League throughout this year with a fantastic start out to 7-2, 7 in a row for him, and streaks abound. Medals. The skill ceiling for him has been insane this year, and you saw a flash of it, a glimpse of it there as Heretics now up 35.
I mean, you have to see this more often from Methods now that he's in this ICR position. He got what he wanted, right? He got his team. He got Vortex brought on. He can run the ICR now, so you have to continue to see performances like this, or yeah, I mean, they are going to struggle if he's not playing well.
Well, so far so good, but now it's Luminosity's opportunity to lock it down in fences. They've chained together 5 or so kills. Brack getting it done towards those bottom bar steps. He's gonna get caught though as the push comes in from Lucky, but still really no presence towards the hard point. As this hasn't been really all that scrappy so far. It's a strong opening hold from LG, strong hold from Heretics, followed up by a brilliant hold from Luminosity. Can they make it messy now? A chance to get in and contest, and that's exactly what they're gonna get. But Brack able to get in, make sure they can't rack up any time in the final moments. The wall bang comes through. That's 2 in a row there for Brack.
I'm actually so surprised they don't use the lightning strike there. I mean, you get the lightning strike, you have a 50-point lead. If you're able to break on through, that's when you can really open the game up, but that doesn't happen. And I don't know if they were just trying to get top bar control and they couldn't do it for so long that they just gave up on it. But the fact that you get that early streak and you have a chance to blow the lead wide open, they don't do it. A little surprised from Heretics, but they're able to get right back into this hill. Now just a small lead, but they're in control.
Well, if they get broken here, they'll have that lightning to use it. They want to opt to try and retake Rock. So far, not needing it. Laser beams out of Method Sick yet again. Luminosity having a ton of trouble finding openings once Heretics get set up and gets comfortable. Finally, they get in for the contest. Is that going to be enough, though? It's Slacked and John that are able to slide on through, and there's the break. Likely not going to consider the lightning now, as there's only 20 seconds remaining on this hard point, and you have a contest in the form of Metals. Vortex does what he can to at least disrupt 2 players, but when the dust settles, it's still going to be LG inside the hard point. We'll be looking at basically a tie game once we get into our second set of rotations. Any big keys, any big things standing out through the first set?
This just reminds me of what we watch with Luminosity and units just throughout this rotation. Each team did their job. Luminosity, they win the first hill. Second hill goes to Heretics. They win that. You go to hill number 3. That was all LG. And that's why you have a tie game. I mean, nobody's winning 2 hard points in a row just quite yet. And that's when things are going to open up. When can you chain 2 together?
And we've been talking about the nice start for Method Sick at the ICR roll. On the other end of it, Skies hasn't really been able to get going. He started out 3-11, struggling mightily. You probably feel pretty good that you've got a tie game on your hands, considering he's doing that from this position. Luminosity dominated this with a 28-7 edge the first time through. This time up, Heretics going to be able to lock down 10 or so points thus far, begin to push out a lead. Method Sick highlighted on the minimap is wrapping all the way around a back garage as well. Finally, LG able to get the clearance out of the hard point. Formal so close to breaks the stun. He gets away, peaks and challenges, and almost gets one before he drops, so the pinch comes in.
Yeah, almost a big play from Formal there. Would have loved to get those streaks, but now Heretics, they do it. They're able to get inside garage, and this is where they were so good on that first rotation. However, it's a little bit different. Methods is going to use the lightning now. Slack thought about the slam, but I think once he sees his teammates go down, the lightning called in, he just sort of takes his hands off those bumpers, doesn't want to waste a grass slam.
You got to be pretty impressed from this start from Heretics, because if I thought about how the early going was going to go, considering LG are getting hot within this game, you'd think LG would be the team coming out hot, and Heretics having to bring it back. It doesn't seem like you love that specialist use there out of Slack.
That was an old school Slack slam, right? That was the first iteration of it, and then it evolved when it got
another team kill. Now from the War Machine, Formal's going to take out Slacked. So you get very poor uses out of the specialist there from Luminosity, and now Heretics pushing out their biggest lead of the game thus far, up 60.
But now can LG get right back into it with a nice fences hold? They're able to do it on the first rotation. We'll see if they can do it again. Metals and Methods. This is what was so difficult for them, though, was to get this balcony area. Now they're already here. They're finding the first picks as well. Heretics are in the point, and that's going to be 2 dead for Luminosity. So this is that opportunity I was talking about, where you can get a couple of hill wins in a row, and that's when you can really break that lead wide open. Plus, this could lead to some streaks from Lucky. Can Lucky get into the last player? Not able to do so, but it's Vortex on the other end who finds 2.
Vortex frying right now, 6 in a row, 13 and 11, streaks abound as Heretics starting to blow the gates off of this one. 3 are going to drop, 2 from the melee, 1 comes in from the lightning strike. Vortex, what a moment there. As that hold you thought may come in from LG like the first time through. They don't get it at all. I think you nailed it. It was the early control of the bottom bar that they got up and were able to apply pressure to the hard point so quickly. Things starting to unravel for LG.
And well, yeah, they don't get a ton of time if you're Heretics, but you just break the setup from Luminosity. That 50-point lead you had is only cut down to 40, and now you're set up at this rock hill. You have methods on this Lambo. Vision Pulse called in from Brack. So LG trying to use the Vision Pulse to break this, but 3 go down for Luminosity. So far so good for Heretics, and they're gonna hold behind it. That's a huge play.
I feel like Skies just has to turn it around, man. He's 5 and 18, not even halfway to a Vision Pulse. They're playing a 4v5 right now. He has got to turn it up as the frustrations continue to mount. Vortex continues to find kills. Will find multi-kills really through this Luminosity lineup. Method Sick has his Tempest rearing and ready to go as well, as Heretics now chain together hard points and blow open a very comfortable lead. It's Lucky flanking through mid-map, able to pick up the kills. Heretics up over the 200-point mark. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Heretics.
Hay que jugar muy juntos ahora, que ellos van a venir arriba. Hay que jugar muy juntos ahora.
Son tres en el anterior.
Le chupo por agua, wait, que le chupo, le chupo. Se la han mirado, son 2.
Son 2 rojos.
2 anterior, aguanta eso, aguanta eso.
Vale, voy. Llevan en puerta, hueco.
Vamos
arriba, hay que pillar el blanco. Espérate el de blanco,
Juan, ¿me ayudas? Juan, ¿me ayudas?
Blanco, Ron. Espérate, Ron.
Blanco con vida.
Dale ya. Tienen vida.
Tienen vida, son 2 arriba izquierda.
Uno, saque one shot. Otro más en blanco.
Otro más arriba izquierda. Tocado. Arriba izquierda, en su lado, me meto ya al punto. Vale, no, métete el dedo. Buena, kills.
Date el doble.
Titular. Voy a por eso.
Poner chaleco.
Vale, necesitamos la rotación.
Pesca.
Heretics continue to light it up, 30 points away from taking this map 1. They've dominated Garage as well, and Lucky already in a position to do the same. Patrolling kind of the top Garage side and small room will be Vortex. Fantastic shot for the Maddox out of Lucky. 2 chained together, 1 more out in water. Metals wins his one-on-one as Heretics looking to seal the deal with this next hard
And this
point.
is just where they've been perfect. I would love to see the scoreboard after this game, just to see the Garage difference that you have for Heretics. I don't even know how many points Luminosity's got it. It's got to be around 10. But so far on this map, behind the streaks, behind the early rotations at Garage, it's been perfect holds from Heretics.
And is this something where maybe this isn't a map that LG have played yet? They haven't got hot on this particular map or running out of gas?
It could be, right? A lot of the times, maybe when you're practicing things online consistently, you have to make some adjustments after a map or 2 online. And in Metals, he lights it up with 3, and map number 1 goes the way of Heretics.
We were tied, what, like 94-94, and you said usually that's kind of the breaking point where one team starts to take over, and it was Heretics in a big way. They dominate from that point on. Garage in particular, an absolute slaughter. That was their pick, that was their map, and they played like it.
I mean, they played great, much better than what we saw at Cross Divisional. I mean, it just
that's the best map we've seen from them in a month, it feels like.
Right? I mean, you had a great performance out of Methods in Vortex. They made a couple of specialist adjustments, but now over to Bravo, we have Reciprocity and EG.
What is this? I guess I felt that the teams coming out of the play-in were going to be the ones starting hot. It has not been the case at all.
I mean, you think that, but also these teams are scrimming, right? Like they're scrimming against the teams waiting tomorrow. Like they're playing guys like Optic, guys like United who are waiting for their matches who aren't playing today. So they're still getting some very good practice. Yes, it's not that match intensity, but I will say if there's one team, well, heck, I guess even 2 teams that have really brought energy throughout this year, it has been Reciprocity and Heretics,
That's
right?
a good point. It's a good point. Dylan for Reciprocity. Putting up Dylan-like numbers, 24 and 10, currently on a 6 streak and 150 off streaks. He has been so good, really on all maps, but especially a map like Frequency, he can dominate as their 4-man push now hits across top mid, trying to get set up inside of this blue balcony. Apathy picks up 2 on the flank. Dylan just desperately still trying to work on these streaks, and he gets a little bit closer there with the cleanup. Challenges the top. I don't care if you have a flamethrower, as Dylan shuts that down, gets the lightning strike in the lead. Still sitting at 60 for Reciprocity.
Now, this has been sort of the recipe of disaster, though, for Reciprocity, where they come out so hot, they bring all this energy, and then sometimes there's this lull in their gameplay, right, where maybe someone gets quiet, or you don't have always Dylan who's double positive, and you allow that team, your opponents, to get back into the game. And that's why we've had so many crazy comebacks where, like, Reciprocity, with Reciprocity, either them coming back on people or the opposite end too. So this one is not done yet.
Any success they've had, it felt like it's fell behind like a 4 or 5 game series. Like
fives.
Exotic does have his Tempest and a concussion to use. He'll slide on into the hard point. First challenge is going to be Zed, and Zed up to the task. At the same time, Attach falls off the map, but his teammates do pick up 3 kills. Apathy, that grab slam available, will fall, and then it's Dylan, the monster, coming in and cleaning up what was remaining from EG. Still holding on to that approximate 50-point advantage, as Dylan showing no signs of slowing down. Now 30-13, almost picking players off a top mid as he dips, dives, dodges clusters, and gets back into the action. Dylan's a special talent, man. Yeah, he is. He's been so fun to watch this year. Can't wait to, see how his career grows. But one thing I noticed is that Reciprocity is running 3 SOGs. You saw Alex had one, so we talked about that. When are you going to see 3 SOGs? You're going to see it a lot. I don't know what just happened. I think he hit him. Grab slam, right? He hit him with the Tempest mid grab slam. What a shot there from Exotic, as Dylan soaring into his face. One more close range, doesn't need the Tempest. That's your teammate, buddy. Runs out of the clip, but still 4 gonna drop there for Reciprocity, is now EG starting to make this run. 2-10 off streaks is Exotic.
So I was talking about, it just feels like Reciprocity, they go out.
It's never easy. It's never easy,
right? Like, there's always a lull in their gameplay. Somebody slows down, and when that happens, their opponent takes advantage of it.
You spoke it into existence, Joe.
That's fine. I'm totally okay with that, because they spoke it into existence all year long.
The 60-point advantage now down to 10, as EG have come alive in the late game. Dylan doing everything he can to keep Reciprocity's hopes alive, beaming up top, beaming mid-map. One more, get off the map. Dylan can't take that one, as JCap finally slows him down, but to pick up the pieces will be Alex, as he gets a nice double onto the top balcony. 50 seconds now remaining on the hard point. Attach. War Machine out. That's gonna amount to absolutely nothing, as Alex and Dylan make easy work.
Wait, but they pushed up too far. Look at the back. EG gets the back spawns behind the lightning strike. So it got a little bit scary there for a moment. You have Exotic pinching top middle. These are big kills going down right now for both sides. You're an opportunity where, if you're Reciprocity, you get these final 30 seconds, you could close this game out. But it looks like Reciprocity from inside the hill have been able to hold it. EG had the good spawns behind this streak, but, well, Reciprocity hold.
Well, you had a big streak from Dylan. Now it's Alex's turn. 9 in a row for Alex. Finally drops, but not before he gets the streaks to use. And Dylan's still so close. He was 125 off. He will end up falling, but Alex has done his job and picked them up for Reciprocity. Now 30 seconds away from this victory. EG all the way across the map, so they couldn't really get the time. They couldn't get the contested orange. Now they've lost the fight to blue as well. EG in trouble of losing this map 1.
I mean, just take a look at the SOG duo of EG, though, as Alex is going to rain down the Hellstorm on Evil Geniuses. Look how far they're spawning out, just so far away. But Exotic, you have -8, Apathy -13, and through that play-in bracket, Apathy was much better than we've seen him all year long. So a slow map for him, and you see the result of it.
Well, Dylan just dropped the 40 on their foreheads.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help.
40 and 21 from Dylan. What a performance, but they still have to close it out here. EG spawning in the back can likely do enough to contest these final couple of seconds. 1 point needed for Reciprocity. EG in, but they have to somehow be flawless from here. Reciprocity sent one more wave at it to try and get that final second. Now they're going to wrap across. They'll be inside the hard point. They should get the final point. There it is. Reciprocity and Heretics both get the map 1 victory. EG came alive, but
yeah, and I mean, look, I think if this was a round 1 matchup, like if this was a wild card game, if you want to call it, I think most people would probably favor Reciprocity just based off of recent form. I mean, EG, they've gotten, what, last like two events in a row, so Reciprocity has been more consistent throughout this year, but I think because EG have been so good, and yeah, we talked about Garage.
Yeah, okay, so that was worse than I actually thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought they got a point somewhere in there. 138-0. I think you saw why that was a map pick for Heretics, but now it's Gridlock, Search and Destroy, and as you mentioned, we just saw LG versus Midnight on this map. They ended up winning, I think, in round 11, but they went up 4-1. They were dominating it early before Midnight made their run. But we've seen this quite a bit from Luminosity. They're very comfortable here, but I think the same can be said from Heretics. As Lucky gets the first blood, Lucky gets a second. 5v3 for Heretics.
Yeah, and this is looking like a clean sweep right now for Heretics. Brack, he's alive with Skies, but they have to check the bombs soon. It's going to be so difficult to do so. Nobody goes down. It's a perfect round for Heretics.
And that is Lucky. Lucky puts them in a 5v3 early. Fantastic play out of Lucky as Heretics keep it going off the map 1 victory and dominate the opening round of Search and Destroy.
I mean, Journey, Metals, and Lucky have all taken sort of their turn at being such star individual players, just at times against the top teams in the world, because they haven't been that great at Search and Destroy. They haven't been that great at Control. They haven't been able to put a really good series together.
Do you think there's a chance on the other side, like for LG, that's like, you almost are like, whew, we did it. We got through the single limb. And then, like, I don't want to say take the foot off the gas, but like you have that kind of sigh of relief, and then you have trouble getting back, like ramped up to that point again for this match?
I would say if the matches were tougher, I would say yes. But I think because they were so clean with those 3-1s, no.
Okay. Can Luminosity show us something in this round? Heretics so good in the round 1. They've now gotten control of the A site. The bomb being planted, stun out for Journey. Stun's gonna hit John. He's able to get the kill and somehow stay up with both players taking shots at him. 5v3 yet again for Heretics as they are dominating inside of Showers. Is LG gonna get a kill is now the question mark. Brack, last one up, does some damage.
Got one.
It's one, thank God, LG. Took him to the final seconds of round 2 to finally get a kill on the board.
But you saw it just right off the start. We always talk about it on this map, since you know, are you gonna rock flak, you're gonna rock tack, right? That's always the decision. Are you gonna get naded or are you gonna get stunned? And well, they go for flak jacket, the stun comes through. You had 2 players that were fully stunned on the side of Luminosity. Those are easy kills, and then from there in that 5 versus 3, that was it.
That's why it looks so ridiculous that he survived that. Like, it looks like it's gonna be an easy kill for LG, but Journey gets the stun off before the angle gets in for LG. And then they're just blindly hip firing, trying to close out the kill. LG going for a mid-map and B push. Lucky has been so consistent this year, but can't quite hit that shot. It's another first blood, though, in for Heretics.
Look at LG, though. I mean, they just pushed through the middle of the map. They're on the flank behind them. They're inside a Broken. John's already there with the bomb, has the help of Brack. Lucky, though, is able to find one with Method, so it's now a 2 versus 2, but it was a very creative round from Luminosity.
And now you kind of have a couple one-on-ones on either side of the map. You favor the SOG in that position. So Heretics wins one one-on-one, Luminosity wins the other, and it puts us in a 1v1. John, Lucky, as we take a look at the map to see how it's set up, John getting this plant in. And in these situations, you usually rely on a little bit of luck, a little bit of fortunate timing. John spotted him. Tagged up and able to get away. John re-peeks and John gets smoked. Lucky, 3 in a row. 6-1 as Heretics continue to roll in the Search and Destroy.
I say we had no reaction there for a little bit. Then he popped a little bit of a smirk, but a huge round win for Lucky. And yeah, I mean, this momentum continues for Heretics. And they just look so much better than what we saw across Divisional already, right? Just obviously when you change a player, it's going to take some time, especially they're changing all the roles around, trying to figure out specialists.
Well, and sometimes the way you get better is just getting your ass kicked. Like,
yeah, getting smoked.
Yeah, you get dominated over a couple weeks. You're not looking good. You get better. Yep. But Lucky, how special has he been so far in this best of 5? And it's like hard to count Heretics out, considering, you know, they've had these great runs at open events. I mean, they've consistently gotten into like that top 8, top 6, top 8 area, but just a lot of doubters considering how bad they looked recently. A lot of information gained from LG. They know the push is coming in through mid-map. Formal gets caught though as he tries to transition across. Another first blood to Heretics. Brack's gonna get swarmed. Brack's gonna get dropped. Broken control to Heretics. 4v3 advantage to Heretics.
A very similar round offensively, where that offensive team just goes right through the middle. And they just try to split the defense, catch the players that are playing on an island at B, and well, Heretics has been successful on this round. LG, they run in a situation to win it.
Not anymore. They've got to hunt down all four and get the defuse. 25 seconds to work with as Vortex continues to play bait. John's going to get caught. The flank is coming in. Skies is off the map. And they're going to kill him before he can get out as Methods finds him clean again from Heretics.
And again, Heretics and their coach, they had a chance to watch that match, I'm sure. Took notes. You can quickly adjust to the way Luminosity played that map against Midnight, see what worked for them, see what didn't.
From your experience as a player, like how common is that you're able to just watch a team play in this live environment and just...
They're not going to change anything. It just worked. Like, why would they change anything? Yeah. So you know they're going to go to it.
Methods had that great start to the map one. He's 6-1 here as well. Him and Lucky combined for 12-2. Quick flank through mid-map, through hole in the wall. Former gets caught, the wall bang comes in. Journey gets 2. John tries to even the odds, but they're still going to be at a disadvantage right now. Journey, though, with 4 in a row. John, nice positioning, holds the corner, brings it to a 2 versus 2, and Slack connects with the frag grenade. Now it's all on the new guy. It's on Vortex to make the play. Just lines him up through the wall, but can't get it done. Slack gets the final kill, and finally, for LG, you get around victory.
I was gonna say, just at the start of that round, like that quick flank from Heretics, this is one of those games where it feels like everything you do, no matter what it is on the map, it just works, right? And sometimes that happens. Your play calls, no matter what it is, you find a couple of good timings, and you just win the round, and they were very close to being up 5-0. I think, maybe a great round from John to bring them LG right back into it, but yeah, it just feels like they're finding the openings for Luminosity.
Heck, this could be a 3-2 game if John wins that one-on-one. It feels like it's not close at all just because some of these rounds have been so lopsided, but it's really a 1v1 away from being a one-round game too.
Skies 1-5, Formal 0-5. Formal's had some slow search and destroy games today.
And Skies just a horrific series thus far, considering how the map 1 went. That's been a question. How do the young players perform as the pressure builds? This part of the map, so dominated by Heretics thus far. Skies, a big first blood though, and Journey just able to get away with his life on the other end of things, but they got the bomb planted. Now they come flying forward. Still, advantage to Luminosity. Vortex doing everything he can to stay alive. 1 player left, it's gonna be Lucky that has to try and clutch. He's gonna get pushed, he's gonna get swarmed. Back-to-back rounds for LG. Is finally some life for Luminosity.
It just feels like when you plant that bomb or you're defending that site, if you lose the position in between both of those mirrors, it just feels like the round's over already. If you give that position up and you're not holding your opponent's side, it just allows them so many different angles to work with.
So once you're all the way backed up to towels,
yeah, what are you supposed to do? Like, they just have so much position
and that paper-thin wall. Yeah, you're trying to check like paper-thin walls too, where you just get ripped. John goes huge to get LG around. The other SOG, Slack, goes massive to get their second round on the board. As round by round, inch by inch, LG claw back into this. Slack suddenly 50 off his streaks at 4-4. He's gonna stun over the top, but no aggressive push out of Heretics. Slack's got bomb. This will get him the streak. Now big flank, big flank. Brack's got a lot to do.
So they get with this team, they can use that streak if they want to. Let's see how Luminosity plays this, but is Brack gonna be ready for this? He's not. A very fast flank from Heretics pays off. They haven't done it throughout this game, but Slack's able to find 2. They line up for him, and now it just feels like LG, the momentum is on their side. All of the skirmishes inside of showers going their way.
And Journey knows the position he's in. 20 seconds left. Bomb planted. He's finding his way off the map, but now 3 in a row for Luminosity. A lightning strike available for Slack. They brought it back. Any big change from LG?
I mean, no, not a lot, right? I mean, it just comes down to those skirmishes inside the site most
They're
of
not
the
getting
time.
smoked.
Yeah, right. Like,
well, the first blood too. I mean, how often inside of showers, like you get that first kill, everything kind of falls behind that. Now they've actually managed to do it a couple of times.
Yeah, Slides with the big play. I mean,
oh, to be fair, the first blood actually came in. It was Brack was the first to drop, right?
the two biggest rounds so far, probably that 1 versus 1, and then the 2v4 that John had a huge round in to bring it back, right? If they lose that, it's 5-0 Heretics, and you probably don't get streaks on Slack.
Lucky looking for the angle, just can't quite connect. But they get vision that there are 2 players there. We'll see if they opt for a rotation. For now, they're still gonna play behind the sniper, and Metals starting to sneak his way forward as well. But you can see the LG players just not showing it all. They're not giving him a chance with this sniper rifle. Yeah, it's one way to neutralize it, but it gives them ground to move up the map.
We've seen this time and time again where you sort of set up a trap near this B site. This player, Brack, just not peeking. As soon as there's presence on him, Formal's gonna call that out to him, but the trophy comes out, and now Lucky is eating it. Picked actually. Okay, I thought he was in a yo back alley. So the lightning strike, it helps them find one.
They're like, Skies, get back there. Yeah, Skies starts to run. I think they're like, Skies, please get back over to A.
Well, he's just gonna wait for his teammates to rotate on over. No reason to go in there alone.
Trades back and forth. Nice stun in from Journey. That's an opening for him to get through, but Brack gets in a little room just in time. 1 player left. He's gonna fall. LG now with 4 in a row.
Yeah, Brack and Formal with some nice teamwork, but Slack uses that lightning strike. That's really the first blood, and we know how hard it is. You see what Heretics is doing. They're trying to get pushed forward because they know if they wait for LG to come to them, they're probably going to lose that fight. They try to, do what Slack did, where you find 2 kills, try to even it out in the 3 versus 3. Whatever it may be, try to catch a timing.
And just think of the momentum swing that could happen in this series here. You win the hard point convincingly, right? You're up 4-0. You close that out, you're riding high. You throw away a 4-0 lead, that's a very, very different conversation. And I'm sure a very different feeling for the Heretics end of things. They're gonna use the Hellstorm to try and open up this B site. That'll allow them to get forward. Formal finds the first blood. John, though, gonna get caught. 4 versus 3 now for Heretics as the streak doesn't really pay off. Journey just gonna go prone, trying to take the gunfight. Ambitious, and it's not gonna work. 2 versus 2 now. What a massive round. Tied 4-4. Sky's gonna work for the plant as he's getting close to streaks as well. Wow, Sky's come alive, by the way, considering that start. 5 in a row for him. 75 off streaks.
And now Heretics, it looks like they want to clear out Broken first. Maybe they think they rotated towards their side, but this is just a default setup for an offensive team. You plant the bomb wide, you have an ICR set up, and, well, Slash just going to watch over him. This should be a simple round for LG, but here comes Vortex, able to win 1, but the wall bangs there from Skies, and now he's just gonna play this streak. He's gonna play this streak. He has 6 in a row. He's gonna play the clock. He's gonna ping it. He's not even gonna call it in. Round 1 by Skies. What a turnaround from him.
Gonna drop, but doesn't matter. 5 in a row now for LG as Skies clutches up the plant and the lightning at the most crucial of times.
Heck, even to hold on to it, right? You just feel like some players will ping it and still just call it in to just be safe, but he knows that he can rotate back, check the bomb diffuser, so they still have the lightning to work with in round 10.
Oh God, I thought this was the moment before, sorry, where Slack got caught. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They might manage to throw this away, which you should never lose that 2v2, right?
Not when you have an ICR, no.
Heretics, they found so much success here, they want to get right back to it. They're going to come soaring in. How much can Sky spot? I think he saw at least 2. He's going to hit the lightning. Can he catch him on the bomb?
Yeah, it looks like the bomb's going to be planted. So he waited for the rotation for his teammates, and Vortex just gets in. He just gets in. This is perfect for Heretics. Now they have to stop the retake, but there's a first blood by Skies.
Oh, what a cluster from Lucky, though, as 2 will drop. Brack, oh, that's a car as he gets weakened up. Round 11. What a cluster.
Sometimes it just comes down to what utility do you have inside of there, and well, this time Lucky's able to connect.
LG pull off 5 in a row, and finally, Heretics stop the bleeding. What a round this is. Can Heretics get the 2-0 edge?
Look how close Lucky is to a War Machine as well. Can he find the War Machine within this round?
Skies gets the first blood. John caught on the cross, so they got to get this trade. They're able to do so. Skies going massive in round 11, but it's going to be a 3 versus 3. Skies almost caught, somehow stays up there in between mirrors. 3v3. Skies again. Skies has got 3. Skies has got 4. Skies going for the ace, but Slacked is able to get it. And LG clutch up in round 11, down 0-4. But they get the win. What a map.
And Heretics got aggressive. You had Journey behind the tree, but when you play that position, you're good for 1. He gets cut down. Methods tries to come in. He has to dodge a nade. But Lucky is just trying to play for that War Machine.
Let's take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's got to be round 11, and it's got to be Skies. What was he, 1-5, 1-6 to start this game?
Yep.
He's 8-7 now and gets 4. He's going to end this 12-7, Joe.
A ridiculous turnaround. You talk about answering the pressure. He's here to do it. Skies, I mean, he wins the first one on a Journey.
In fact, he stays alive here, too. I thought he was dead to rights. I thought he was going to get wallbang, but he goes prone and stays up.
Well, I think Methods is just worried that someone's going to slide on through, so he backs down, doesn't finish the kill, and Lucky tries to come in through the rotation, but they just push forward and they use their numbers.
Unbelievable. What a clutch and what a win from LG, considering how poor that looked for them.
Yeah, it wasn't
early
a great
in the
start.
game. No, it did not look good at all. I mean, what was it? This end of the second round, they got their first kill on the board. Like, they were getting absolutely cooked, smoked, fried. But they're able to get it. They tie it up at 1-1. And now you feel a lot better for LG, considering you have that map 4 frequency, and they've been very, very good at map 4. But this control, this could be the map that decides the series.
It could. I'm still thinking about that round 5, because if Heretics goes up 5-0, that one's done.
What an unbelievable search to destroy that was between LG and Heretics. We've got ourselves a series. Miami continues. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL.
Miami continues on, but as we celebrate the teams continuing through this tournament, we're taking a look at some of the teams that have unfortunately already been knocked out from this weekend. Obviously, not everybody could get into the playoff side of the tournament. Some frustrations throughout a lot of teams this weekend, but now we've narrowed it to our 10 best in the world to battle for this $1.2 million prize pool, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and I mean, for those other 6 teams, there's still one more event when it comes down to it. Obviously, you know, they'd love to be a part of this playoff bracket, you know, with these 10 teams, but there's still the big one, right, that they can go home and prepare for.
Was there a big, so I think LG and EG you thought were the 2 teams to come out, but
yeah.
So not really a big surprise for you from the play-in?
I mean, I think anybody in the top
E6.
side, right, I think E6, maybe it's a bit of a surprise. You could say Envy looked not much better.
Oh, they're horrible.
I don't know if Gunless just stopped trying. I don't know. It was not what we expected from Envy. So,
Well, I mean, if you were going off based on what we've seen from them recently, I think it's exactly what you'd expect.
I thought they'd win the first match.
Yeah.
But I think the bottom side was pretty much how we expected. We thought Midnight would beat Elevate. We thought LG get through.
A refresher on how this has gone thus far. Heretics dominate the map 1, really through the second half of it. Garage, they outscore them 138-0. They just slaughter them at Garage. And then map 2 was one of the more entertaining search and destroys we've had. It was an absolute back and forth battle. What, 4 in a row for Heretics, 5 in a row for LG, goes to around 11. It was insanity. And now we're back to back on frequency, which has been very good for LG, specifically when you talk hardpoint, but this swing game, the control, a huge one.
It absolutely is, and I mean, you got to think for Heretics, how do you bounce back from that, right? You have to bounce back in a strong way because LG has just been so good on frequency hardpoint. You have to think they're going to win that one.
Heretics, you've got to get a win here. No, they might have mentioned it on the desk, but just to those of you at home, we are into double elim now. So The play-in was a single elim, it's double elim. No, you lose this, you're not out of the tournament yet. Just a reminder for maybe some of you that weren't aware.
You just don't want to lose. Right?
No, of course not, of course not.
Long tournament.
You want to win, but you still got a chance, right? A strafe battle is neither SOG was really able to connect, but B does get finished up by Luminosity. And they've got a minimal life advantage as well. Now it's John going hunting, just spots one going top. The timing could not have been worse as he's going to get shut down. Actually, he stays up. Well, never mind. 5 go down for LG. What a transition there for Heretics. Don't allow any pressure towards A early from Luminosity. Look at how this has allowed them to move up the map. They've got lobby and that corridor locked down right now on the LG side of the map. It's going to force LG to funnel back towards the old point, and Vortex is ready and waiting with this Maddox.
Yeah, I don't hate that, though, from Luminosity. We see a lot of teams try to take their lobby control, waste a ton of lives. Instead, LG, they group up together. They're trying to work this side of the map, but Vortex is going to make all those call-outs. He's going to have a little bit of help from Journey and Metal's top middle, but LG, for the most part, have gotten some map control. That's what they wanted to do.
Lucky and Methods, though, keep damaging those players coming off a spawn. Methods still here at that back elbow, getting it done. There's one more player with a presence there on the other side. They're able to clean that up. Now it's all going down towards Elevator. Lucky and his teammates locking it down so far. 10 lives remaining for Luminosity. You don't have any pushes left, but that's going to be 3 down. 3 down and a chance to start the push up, but the 2 players remaining still up at Elevator. The spawners now coming in deep. Can they get there in time to help their squad, or can Journey and Methods do enough? They've gotten 2 kills. It's enough to stagger the push from Luminosity. Now it's basically a 3-on-3 around the point. Cluster out from John, him and Skies getting it done. Still 1 contesting from Heretics. 7v11.
And this is the sort of skirmishes that LG was winning against units on that C-side control, just time and time again.
4 down, 5 down, 5 down, 5 down.
6v6s, they were clutching on up, and it's happening again. 5 down, Heretics, they're going to have to flood because that zone is going to be captured
ripping.
so fast. They have to go.
Methods with the opening kill. Can they get in? 3 across mid-map. Slacked, waiting prone. Slacked gets some streaks as well. Slides out, challenges one more. The bait and switch is a thing of perfection. And LG down in a 7v11 situation. Get the 5 down, get the round 1 win.
It's exactly what they did earlier on C-side against units. A scenario just like that where units did all the hard work. They get it into a position where you're on defense, you have the advantage, you have map control, and then someone pulls on through. I even thought after Methods won that one-on-one against Formal with the ICR that they had a chance, but Slacked Inco able to lock it down and, well, win round number 1.
And if they can continue to win those skirmish type scenarios, I mean, they're one of the most important things in this particular title, and they look good there.
Yeah, it's always like, it's so hard to consistently win them though, right?
3 down for either end of it. 4 down for LG. Formal the last guy up in mid-map. Not a lot of progress on A's. Most of Heretics fell as well, but now they're going to start to push up as Formal gets inside of their window. Tries to back it up, and 2 players are going to hunt him down. A team kill comes in. That's everybody dropping, I think, outside of Brack, but the Brack attack keeps it rocking inside their window. The first bit of progress done for Heretics, but what can Brack do about it? Trying to supplement some damage as his teammates get back in off of spawn. Lucky now, 100 points off his streaks. A key kill for LG to get. It's not going to happen. Formal gets lined up, zipped up, and dropped. Basically square in the lives department, 18-18. Still those streaks unslacked. And the big thing though, Heretics didn't get the point.
Yeah, I was going to say, the entire time, they at least stopped the clock, but now the ICR Formal, he's going to line them up, because does he find the third?
Yes,
he does. So 4 dead now. Down to you use a streak if you're slacked.
Yep,
and he's going to
100%.
call it in.
Pin him in. Pin him in, and that's exactly what they're going to do. It actually connects on another one in the back. Heretics are scrambling. Heretics are in trouble. 10 lives remaining. A team kill from Formal might be enough to bail them out of this scenario, at least get them off a spawn, but they've still got to capture a point with 45 seconds remaining. A nice grab slam to keep them pinned, bails them out.
Now it's 15-8, and it's just going to be so tough for Heretics to get out of this. I mean, they have to be perfect from here on out, but John's able to find 2. Slacked again is in the base of Heretics. He's going to have some help. And a great round behind a nice 3 kills from Formal, which then allows them to get that spawn trap in. And the key thing was, they had a player so far pushed up elbow, because we've seen that sometimes. When you don't have a player pushed up near that orange base and you call a streak in, they'll spawn close to the lobby. They'll get inside. It's a waste of a streak, but because they have that map position, they spawn all the way in the back. It connects with the lightning, which then it's just so tough for Heretics to get out of that situation.
Well, round 1 was a clutch scenario from LG. Round 2 looked a bit more like a slaughter once they got going. A frustrating round for Heretics, and the best play goes to Formal with those 3 key kills you talked about to get Heretics back on spawn. He's been so good so far this weekend, but maybe for the first time really being tested here with how they pretty comfortably cruise through the play-in bracket. Nice win from Slack. The Sogs get it done. They're lining up for Slack as he almost
Lucky
pegs
called
a
in a
third of the
lightning
dirt.
as well. So the lightning strike called in from Heretics, and it doesn't connect into anything. You at least hope behind that you can find majority of the kills, but LG just pushed through. As John's able to find 2 more. Now you have Skies with the Tempest. Can he find any?
Might not need to if his teammates keep holding the front line, but a jumping shot comes in. Almost peeks and challenges the corner to hit the shot, but B is going to be toast. And now we'll transition over to the A side. Brack is here with 200 HP, but 2 players going to swarm him and take him down. Skies and John, though, with Formal trying to hit in from mid-map. They've found no success doing so. So Tempest in, War Machine in. Formal at least able to find a kill, but can he chain anything else behind that? The rest of his teammates drop around him, and a bit of a reset moment for Heretics.
Yeah, Lucky's gonna use his War Machine as well. Hits a couple off of the ceiling, which ends up hitting him. Bouncing a few more, not able to connect, but Heretics.
Because those went off the map, I think.
Have to hold on here if they want to extend this game. Slack still has 1 more streak. Metals is getting close to the grab slam. Brack close to that vision pulse.
And we've seen players get better and better at kind of wrapping that Hellstorm outside the map and swinging it back in towards Elevator. We'll see if they try to find an opening there. Formal somehow stays up, but finally will drop. At least takes 2 with them to keep it close in the lives department. 2 down now for Heretics. Metal's gonna have to use the grab slam here. Splendid use of that. Skies and Slack are both gonna drop, but John there for the trade, so his Sog just as efficient as what we saw out of the grab slam, as he's still hunting for more, needs some help, but it's not there quite yet. Slack is now gonna call in the Hellstorm. What does he get from it? Just hovering it for now, keeping them at bay, allowing his teammates to start to push up this catwalk and get towards the point.
Yeah, I mean, Heretics just hasn't been able to get any map control, but they've had a couple of clutch specialists so far with that grab slam. Just feels like every single time they get control, they really can't get push up into that balcony until now, but can they get the kills? You want to slow down and stagger the push of Luminosity. 6 versus 8, and well,
these are the rounds that LG's been pulling out, though.
Yep.
But you feel every advantage to Heretics right now. LG is waiting for that Tempest to run out.
Trying to find any kills they can behind the Vision Pulse. Skies with a couple of shots through the wall. And well, I think he's gonna find one. Now they're gonna go.
One player left on the opposite side that's tracking back is going to be Journey. Journey's got a one-on-one, and Journey, what a win that is. That is a huge one. One player left in Skies in a 1 versus 4. Heretics, they survived the Vision Pulse. When we saw it from the LG players' POVs, I was like, oh my God, this is working out perfectly. But then suddenly you see 3 kills in the kill feed for Heretics.
Well, you just had everybody so close together on the Heretics side. How do you go into that fight, right? Because every single position you're at a disadvantage. You either slide out balcony, you slide out near the elbow. It's still very difficult to do. You get all the information you want.
You'd love to have that when they're pushing you, right?
Yep.
Journey with the best play. And a nice slide and challenge here. That's wild how different it looks from his POV versus what we saw from Slacks, like that slide cancel. Journey going huge, keeping Heretics up in this 3rd map. I know we've said it multiple times, but the map 4 is such a strong one for LG. Heretics need a win here. Formal with the first pick, and Heretics getting aggressive on the other end. Skies should be caught between 2 players, and that's exactly what will happen. The trade doesn't come in either. The action falls to Brack, who isn't up to the task, and now it'll be Slacked and John trying to collapse. John there able to win that one.
Yeah, but Heretics already here. They just reinforce towards this B side. Sometimes you rotate off of it and hit the other side, and I think that's what LG thought. You can see on the minimap, you had 3 players going towards that A zone because they thought off spawn. That's where Heretics was going to be. But they're right back towards this B site. 1 tick in. You have top middle controlled by Luminosity. But Heretics have this point, and they have their pipe side, but there goes Slack flying on in.
3 go down, and they got the 2nd bit of progress. 4 down. That's going to be the B site and a 4 life advantage for Heretics. Excellent work there from the boys at Heretics. Sky's trophy, though, picks up Lucky. That's got to be a frustrating death. But now you've got 2 minutes on the clock, a 5 life advantage. This seems so difficult to win if you're Luminosity, especially since you just got put 4 down. You just cannot allow them to get any streaks, and Method's getting so close. He's going to get it right now. He's going to get it from the objective progress, so there's a lightning strike, and how huge that can be from the defensive end as we get into a round 5. What a job there from Heretics. Back-to-back rounds, get us to a round 5, a lightning and potentially a Hellstorm to work with.
Well, I'm just thinking, too, you still have the Vision Pulse, you have the streaks as well. Specialist advantage-wise, it might go the way of Luminosity, but you still have that Vision Pulse, which can be so good on control.
You and I talked about it last series. This was probably one of the only maps in control that you feel okay if you're offense. Like you feel it might be a little offensive favored, so you'll give that to LG, but
you have 5 streaks.
You have 5 streaks. I didn't realize it got out of hand that bad.
No,
at the end of that
it's
round.
a lot of streaks.
Oh, especially on defense. I mean, LG should just get pounded to the dirt in this round. You win this opening wave behind the TAC 5, and LG are just going to get thumped, and that's exactly what happens. 5 down, they can push up the map. Now the fiesta begins. The streaks are going to start to come in. Journey's going to start to smoke them. They should rally even more behind that. Now it's going to be a Hellstorm. This is going to be hell for Luminosity. Already down 6 lives. How could you possibly win this?
And now Vortex trying to swing this in. Brack's trying to get pushed up, but yeah, it's just off the start, right? You have so many tools to work with. You have the Vision Pulse, you have the TAC 5. LG knows they're in a very tough spot. There's one Hellstorm.
Look at them, they're just stuck
you
back
can't
there.
do anything.
And they're like, can we go now? Oh, now another lightning's gonna come in. Plus they can't win the gunfights. 5 are gonna go down as Heretics smoke them off the map. And maybe more streaks coming in. I saw one Heretics player, I think 100 off of streaks. I believe that was Lucky. We'll get back to Lucky's POV. Give him some more.
Another one. Call it again.
Oh, Luminosity getting beat to dust. As this has not been a competitive round at all. Heretics showing up and showing up big in this map 3. What a rebound and answer to the disappointing result in map 2.
I thought the All-Star game was up next, not right now.
Oh yes, this is the streaks only variant.
Streaks only variant.
So now it's 7v20 as the streaks are done, and LG are finally able to get out of their map and screw the 7v20 because there's 5.7 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, you got to think too. Round number 1, Heretics probably should have won, right? Like that's the reason they go down 0-2. Lucky's going to use his War Machine, connect with some more. But now, for the first time, there's going to be some pressure on Luminosity being down in a series.
Oh, what do you mean? Looney and Formal just clutched the 2v15. Surely they can do a 4v14 here, right?
You gotta slam and maybe a War Machine on
Yeah. It's easy work for LG here, Joe.
There's no more streaks, so that's good. That's good.
Oh, they can move around the map here.
Yeah, there's only there's about 9 of them.
Skies is going to drop now with 3 versus 13. The grab slam is going to come in. Slack, can he challenge anymore? There's still 2 more players here. Should lose his teammate in the process. John jumps over the head of one. Now it all falls to Formal. And he's down. Methods goes in for the punish, and there's the fist to the face. Heretics, in impressive and dominant fashion, smoke him in the round 5. And yeah, I think you nailed it. What a bounce back. Considering that map 2, that is impressive stuff from Heretics.
I mean, you lose 5 rounds in a row. You lose around 11 S&D after being up 4-0. That's just like Tilt City, right? But the fact that they bounce back from that, that's
you don't tilt the Spanish, Joe.
Well,
you don't do it.
It almost happened.
Yeah, Oh God, we're gonna take a look at what the nightmare scenario it was for LG.
Just look at the top right, just so many highlighted diamonds.
I was so focused on them getting the 2 streak, I didn't realize they earned 5 as they dominated the final stretch. And I mean, right as we got into it, I saw that. I was like, all right, if you're LG, the only way you win this is not getting in a 4 or 5 down scenario. It's the only way you can try this. And then the break, they get smoked. Like, that's right. That's game.
I mean, Heretics used the Vision Pulse right off the start. It was
attack 5.
Yep. Good luck.
But they knew if they won that, they won the round. 100%. You can't screw that up unless you just hit your teammates with streaks.
Which we've seen that before.
Yeah, we have seen a bit of that.
There's been some rogue lightning strikes out there.
I don't know how they work, I'll be honest, and I cast this game professionally. Is they just sometimes go random places.
Yeah.
You see the passion, the energy out of Heretics there. What a win it was. Such an incredible map 3 decided by...
I mean, what do you even say? It's just like... I mean, we tried, right? Like, what do you think they're talking about when they're all just like under the little area where they're just in cover? Like,
yeah, it looked like they were like.
So, what do you guys want to do?
They're around the campfire, just telling stories back there. Roasting marshmallows as they're getting roasted by the missiles flying in from the sky. But yeah, that was tough for LG in that 5th round. But Heretics keep it a series. Now we get ready for the map 4, which is the one we've been highlighting and mentioning, foreshadowing throughout the course of this as being one of the stronger maps for Luminosity. But this is their strongest test thus far. And in the map 1, Heretics look very, very good in hardpoint. They look like a different team versus what we saw just a couple weeks ago. A very different team.
I mean, again, like teams like, well, it looks like Reciprocity actually did BDG. That must have been a 3-0 as they're going to play United tomorrow. But I mean, these teams are in the playoff bracket for a reason. They've earned this position. They've been consistent all year long in our pro league. We know they have the individual talent. It just looked like when they brought Vortex on, we were scratching our heads like,
and he's having a great moment.
Was that the right decision? And now maybe we're starting to see a glimpse of what the potential of this team is. What's wrong, Clint? You a little nervous? Oh, wait, didn't you pick Luminosity to win the tournament, right? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Joe. I'm a little bit nervous about my pick right now.
Okay.
They didn't look good map 1. They just got annihilated. Like, their corpses were just pummeled as that round 5 was... It was hard to watch, Joe.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking for you.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about my pick, Joe, and you don't need to remind me anymore throughout the course of this best of 5. Thank you.
You'll probably bring up some narrative, like if there's one man that can do it in the losers bracket, it'd be version 15 of Formal. That's exactly what you would do.
Oh, yeah, I'm already building my storylines for that Cinderella run.
Yep.
Losers bracket.
12 best of 5s.
Frequency, and then an Arsenal. Now what's also scary for LG is you got to do this at a map 5. And we casted the Arsenal Search and Destroy earlier today, and Luminosity's offense was bad. And,
Yeah, it was
you know,
really
I talked to Formal a little bit about it because they could get nothing going. He was losing that sniper battle versus Olsen, and he kind of flat out said to me, he's like, the first time I sniped today, like my sniper just was not really on point. I wasn't feeling it. So maybe a little bit deeper in, you get some fixes there, their offense improves, but they didn't look good, man.
Well, I just think in general, Formal Search and Destroy today hasn't been good, right?
Sure.
So, I mean, we're going to a guaranteed map 5 where, if we get there,
Yeah.
he has to be better.
Well, guaranteed if LG are going to win, yes.
Right.
But they've got to win this Frequency first and foremost, and Heretics stand in their way. The final moments of this map were not pretty for LG. Can they come out strong here? There's still one player in Slack, 2 left from Heretics. Slack's just going to back it up for now, wait for his teammates to come back and get involved.
And I actually like that play from Slack because we'll see a lot of teams just sort of, you know what, die right off a spawn, and you see what happens because he stays alive. They're able to flip the spawns, they're able to get right back in the hill. I mean, again, we've talked about it a lot, but Slack has been so solid today.
And I think the one thing on this map that really stood out to us when we casted Luminosity versus units, Luminosity were really, really good at blue. They got smoked at orange, at least through the first 2 sets of rotations. They weren't good about holding the spawns from elevator to orange. They didn't rack up a bunch of time there. They could get punished here yet again, and Metals can make a massive play in the back, but Metals is by himself. You think he's going to get sniffed out top, but he's at least able to take one with him. How much more damage can he do? 2 are now up. Finally, he'll get dropped, but that's going to open up the front side as the push is now going to come in from balcony. You don't necessarily get as strong a setup as you would have liked from LG, but they at least spawn safe, and you get everybody back into the front line.
Yeah, those close spawns, I mean, as soon as he gets taken down in the back, they spawn up. John now, he's got a lightning strike. He's only 3 and 1, but he collected all that time, then he snaps on the journey. So streaks for LG already, and already a big lead as it's up to 40 seconds.
And this is a more impressive hold at orange than we saw during that entire Frequency hardpoint from them earlier today. Heretics trying to believe their way through. It seems like they found the opening. Spawns haven't flipped yet. LG still in the back, and Heretics have got in through the front. Number 2 and 3 on the minimap, just holding that blue side, making sure they're ready towards elevators. That's going to be the first step, the first procedure for Luminosity as they opt to rotate out. And John's got these streaks, which could open up that balcony and elevator side of the map.
Yeah, you got to get elevator first, though. That's the key thing. The problem is Methods is there with the ICR, so it's so difficult to push it from the elbow side, as you're seeing it right there. Brack gets taken down. Now you're here, and you can see John stop moving. He's immediately going to call in a streak as soon as his team's ready for it. Hellstorm on in.
Well, that delay, did that hurt him? The fact he got full stun there and couldn't call on the streak,
well, he had to wait for his player off
him.
spawn. You see one player, number 8, going all the way around that Slack. So he just spawned up, and now he's going on a flank. He can actually make a play, and now they have a pinch set up. So maybe that stun delay helps them a bit.
It could, but they haven't won the battle quite yet. Oh, ran out of ammo there, couldn't finish it. Should get traded out, though, and it will. The back spawns now to Luminosity on the streak, and the flank that came in from Slack. Up 50. Sky's now with a chance to earn some streaks as he's on 4 in a row. And you can see Brack has pushed this all the way out, taking the action to the backside of those pipes.
And once again, because you have this streak, you can call in that lightning when you're ready if you are John and Luminosity. Couple of kills, well, 4 kills. Okay, 5 kills for Heretics is going to slow that down a bit.
I think it was desperately needed. Just a moment.
Yep.
A moment to feel good about considering how the opening of this game has come. And it's going to make John use the lightning strike. He gets 1. Journey and Lucky, though, do combine to take out multiple players. Lucky, perhaps a little unlucky. Yes, he's going to take a trip off the map. The movement less than stellar from Lucky. And Luminosity get in. John continues to fry.
Well, you see all those arrows on the map. Yes, Heretics are fighting for the scrap time, but Luminosity and the rest of Heretics fighting in elevator. 3 go down for LG. A nice rotation out of Heretics. Now, can they stop this one last push? Slack has the grab slam behind the TAC 5. You know he's going to go for it. We'll see what he connects with. He's able to find 2. That's so important. He finds a multi with it. Finds the 3rd as well. He's now 12 and 6. Brack is it to clean up the rest of Heretics?
For the most part, I mean, we've seen maybe one poor slam out of him, but at least for you and I, they've been really solid. Yeah, they've been really solid.
And I mean, I remember at Dallas, like, just felt like every time he used it, it was 2 to 3 kills.
Slack keeps it going, 14-6 now on a 5 spree. The lightning strike has been earned, and that's going to be 4 down for Heretics. LG starting to push out this lead, up 60. Nice shots from Brack to at least back down one player. They dominated Orange the first time through. This time it's going to be Lucky set up deep. Lucky can't do what Metals was able to do the last time around, at least secure a couple of kills. John here with everybody flying at him. Fantastic job staying alive, tries to re-peek, but the challenge not strong enough. Slack setting up one of these streaks.
Trying to swing it in the back doorway, not able to do so. Metals is in the back, Skies is going to be ready for it, but behind the streak, they don't find too much. And Heretics are able to hold. Could cut this deficit by about 40 if they're able to hold on to this, but through the front, LG's at least able to get a little bit of time to contest. They have a bit of map positioning right now.
LG taking one more push at this. They've found nothing, as this has been such a great hold from Heretics as Vortex. Sog dropping bombs on the map right now. And this is exactly what they needed, as that lead was getting very scary at the top middle of your screen. One spawns out old as well. That's going to be Skies all the way out. We'll see.
Call this out.
Yeah, he's going to get spotted. I was about to say he might have a nice little pinch here, but he's going to get spotted by the lightning strike, and now they're going to go. Can they chain together both bases? A great chance to do so right here.
The lightning from Slack's going to connect with 2. He holds on to it, finds a 3rd as well.
Slack continues to make plays, man. He is now up to 19-9. And those couple of moments, those few moments where Heretics have a chance to get back into it, it feels like Slack comes up with a big play.
Heretics, though, even behind the streak, at least here to contest. Bracto finds his 2nd on the Lucky. Now just staying alive on the hill. You see where the Heretics spawns are, near those lower pipe side. They're going to try and fight through the lobby. So they find their 3rd kill, and now here comes the contest. So Heretics with a chance to find the last 20 seconds or so. And again, just keep fighting, trying to keep that lead down to about 40 or 50.
Well, Skies and Slack, once again, want no part of it. They're able to fight back through, secure the tail end of that time for Luminosity. Journey with 2, but they're not really going to matter. As you look at the minimap, Heretics over towards pipes. Another chance where they got to hold. They cannot allow an early break to come in. Slack goes high off the top rope. 4 going to fall. That break is far too easy. Lucky spawning out. All 5 down then from Heretics. As LG find the opening they need. Push towards that 200 point mark. And put the pressure on Heretics here to go nuts down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to start investing in some specialists if you are a Heretics. You have the Grab Slam, Purifier, and Tempest. A couple of big ones you can make some big plays with, but Brack's getting close to his Purifier as well. So we'll see probably both of those at Elevator. But right now, Journey's just fighting for any scrap time that he can get. He has TAC 5 available as well. But Slack is here just trying to be annoying.
They did a really good job contesting that and getting some time. I thought after they got broken early, that was going to be a big lead extension for Luminosity, but Heretics ended up chipping away at it just a little bit. Metals then calls in the Grab Slam, connects with 1, 3 down for LG. Journey working towards these streaks. Can he get them?
Well, you got to get Vortex inside the point as well. If you can use that Purifier, when is he going to pop that? Looks like he has that out. So Vortex is going to be locking down one side, but he actually gets taken down. So no more Purifier for Heretics. But LG, they needed to take down Journey, but Journey's able to hold on.
Journey once again, the last man standing inside of a hard point. John just comes sprinting in, not ready for that gunfight at all. Lightning through, Hellstorm available from Journey, 30-17. He's on a 7 spree right now. Slack, can he get another big one? 2 are gonna fall, 3rd one in front. Him and Skies combo to take him down, and LG gets in with 20 seconds remaining. Lucky, the last man up in the back, is Heretics aren't gonna have much of a chance to take a crack at this particular hard point, but they've got the rotation over towards Orange. The early going of this hard point feels like it's everything for Heretics.
Skies, though, is able to pick up 2. That's gonna allow LG to push on up. Sky's in the back, has the help of Slacked Informal. It's just lucky over here. He does have some help from Vortex towards that elbow side, but he has to try to hold on, and I don't know if he will. Here, the Hellstorm come in, but there's a War Machine and Luminosity. I mean, that play by Slack to break that scrap time at Elevator, get those 20 seconds, it would have been a 20-point game, but that allows them to push on through it. It's looking like we're going to a map 5.
10 more seconds needed for LG as they try to remain perfect on frequency hardpoint this weekend. Brack, Purifier out, the push in through lobby. 3 are actually going to end up falling. Does he have what it takes to hold on from that point? The contest in with the final second. LG can't win it there, but they're still spawning in the back with 18 remaining. 3 players spawning out from Heretics who are desperately trying to get back in the action. Vortex and Metals, who were the 2 players left up, go huge to at least continue that contest. Vortex goes massive to keep them alive within this game. His 3 streak is huge. They make sure LG can't close it out there when it looked like it was going to be about a 4 or 5 on 2 there for a moment.
Hold on just a second. Heretics have a chance. They don't have elevator control. That's going to allow Luminosity to push on up. Just taking a look at our specialist. Sky's, oh, never mind, Brack wins.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a little bit more of a fight there for the final second, but LG sneak in, and they were able to take the map 4. What a series it has been between Heretics and Luminosity. One search and destroy to decide who moves on to the winner's bracket. But within the winners, I know it's a little bit different of a bracket, but I feel like it kind of starts with those 8 teams that kick things off tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like, man, how's Luminosity gonna break this setup? What specialists do they have?
Oh yeah,
Brack just like went through the window, won a gunfight, now is the game.
Oh, last I looked at the map, it looked like they had some work to do.
Yeah, no, a little bit of work to do. Not too much, just 1 kill.
Well, hello fans in Miami. Hope you guys are having a blast. We've got one more map here, then the All-Star game to wrap up day 1 of the CWL Finals. Do not go anywhere. Arsenal up next. Buenos dias, Miami. It is time for map 5. Woo! I'm going to be completely honest with all of you. We're here. The bathroom's like,
It's that way.
it's 6 kilometers that way. I just ran. I'm ready for map 5 though. I'm awake now. The juices are flowing.
Yeah, we've gone a bit of a jog. You good?
I'm super out of shape. I didn't know that I'm going to start running on a treadmill to be a caster.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, they're always adding new things, but you're always
But no, I am very, very excited for this map 5. Obviously, this is sort of our wild card, the play-in, being those top 8 teams in the winner's bracket as we kick off. I feel like we're kind of kicking off the playoff tomorrow. I know this is the playoff, but it feels like you kind of solidify it tomorrow after this match. And Luminosity, Heretics, has not disappointed. This has been an incredible back and forth series. Now, for Arsenal Search and Destroy, we saw LG on this earlier today. You and I casted that against Units, I believe, and defense, all right. Offense, horrific.
not good.
But, all right, the fact that you were bad at it, does that kind of help you heading into this match?
Well, I mean, I think it just depends if you have those other strategies in your arsenal, because it felt like the only thing they could really play around on offense was either a fast B hit, and if that didn't work, they tried to play on formal getting a snipe. And then if that didn't work, they sat in middle lobby for about 50 seconds.
How much easier does him being on with the sniper make those offenses?
I mean, come on, and we've been at Arsenal Search and Destroy. The problem is, though, is Lucky is a very good sniper on the other side. Like, this is, I don't know what Arsenal Search and Destroy. I think Heretics, because the map they qualified on, like when they just had some ridiculous plays.
This is the most memorable map of their year.
Yeah.
It's versus G2, right? To get in. Metals ripped methods off of the statue.
Yeah.
Lucky hit that jumping snipe to pick one out of the window. That started their year. That put them on the map for a lot of us.
Yeah, just pour it on Methods. I mean, the guy lost today. You bring that back up. Like, come on, man.
Methods, I'm sorry. I love you, buddy. You tried your best. But the best Methods is playing within this series.
They did look better, DYU. They did look better. Much better, but here we go.
I love a good map 5. I love a good map 5. There we go. The crowd coming alive. The weekend just kicking off, Joe. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I've had far too many energy drinks. I literally feel like I could fly right now. After that run, woo-hoo!
You probably could fly.
Yeah, no, I weigh too much to fly.
Yeah, you got a nice wingspan.
Arsenal Search. The best team in Europe right now, going up against Luminosity. Winner moving on. And okay! Doesn't start well for Formal as Lucky pins him to the dirt.
I mean, Lucky is a damn good sniper. Now, what are they going to do behind this first blood? And see LG already rotated towards this A site. They think that's where it's going to be. Methods is still going to show some presence here. He's going to get spotted by a couple, but pretty soon LG's going to rotate on back, but it's going to be too late. Lucky. Metals already near that bomb site. They're not going to find anything. This should be a plant for Heretics and a retake scenario for Luminosity.
And a lot of times we see teams retake this, like we saw Tatch with EG. Like you get a sniper back there, you hit a couple ridiculous shots, you're able to bring it back.
Or a nade, right?
Yeah, or exactly. Or a big nade, or a pick from Brack to turn this into a 4v4. Time against them though. 30 seconds to work with. Vortex wants to go ahead and push the edge, and he's able to take his gunfight numbers massively to LG. Slack gonna be the last man up. 1 versus 3. Not a hope in the world. His tail between his legs. He scrambles away.
I mean, Lucky's even quick scoping trophies right now, so might as well not even peek him.
What did Pac-Man say on the desk? He's like, Dashy's been like the flashiest sniper, but Lucky's been like one of the most consistent. I think is what he said. Hopefully he didn't put words in his mouth, but he said he's been so consistent.
Up, so yeah.
He has. He's been incredible. And if he's going to continue to win that one-on-one, the faster you can force Formal to put away that sniper, the better you feel about it if you're the Heretics then.
And that round was a little odd, I think, because you had Methods all the way in the spawn of the offensive base waiting for like a big flank. But yeah, Lucky. That was clean.
No luck involved. What a shot from Lucky. He is locked in. And I think he knows the task ahead of him in that particular one-on-one fight with Formal. But this time it's Maddox put away. They're going to play aggressive up mid-map, 3 hitting mid-map.
And this is perfect.
Oh,
you can
they
trap
can,
them. You
yeah.
can just trap them here through the middle window. They're going to spot them. Some nades are coming in. Stuns on both sides. Journey is able to get away, but here comes the pinch through window. Lucky finds one. Metals with a second. And, well, now it's a 1 versus 1.
What in the hell just happened there? Brack versus Metals. Oh, the trophy just saves him. Brack takes the 101 and Brack wins it! What was that round?
It was very fast.
When I was just looking at the kill feed, I thought that was like a 4v2 Heretics when I was looking at how it was just playing out. And then suddenly I blink and it's a 1-on-1.
And you see Brack before this was stunned. So if that stun connects, the round was over. A couple of hip fires connect for Brack, but we saw him win a 1-on-1 against units. The guy's so clutch in those scenarios. And I mean, especially a 1 versus 1 against Metals. Or sorry, yeah, Metals who's been so good this series.
You can't miss a bullet.
Yeah.
Basically. Heretics on offense, similar setup to what we just saw from the defensive end. 3 mid-map, 2 towards B. Everybody from LG stacked up towards this A site.
Yeah, look at the map position. Look at where Brack is.
I don't think they spotted it.
Oh, did
Unless they got gifted by a fog of war, I don't think he saw it now.
So he just saw him right there. So you can see what Heretics is doing. Now they're just trying to maybe trap Brack, get John to run into him, find a free first kill. But they're going to leave him be. Lucky with the sniper's going to push on up. That's Sky's in the back.
And look how spread LG is right now.
Well, yeah, what do you do there if you're Heretics? You're going to try to push on through. This is the one time where it makes a lot of sense to do so, and they're going to take the LG side. And I like this from Heretics. They know there's players behind them.
Free fire comes in, the flank is there, but John can't take the gunfight. Slack, though, able to make it a 4 versus 4. Bodies everywhere. Slack goes big yet again. The shot melee comes through. Skies still up towards the back block. One soaring above him, doesn't get the angle. Formal's there with the help, and LG with a wild retake. Get another round on the board.
I think that's best case scenario for Heretics. They know a lot of the map position is taken from Luminosity. They're trying to take a 3 versus 5 on the opposite end of the map. Wait for that pinch to come in.
Slack just can't get through.
Right?
Yeah.
As soon as Slack is able to find 2, he changes that round. And I mean, we've been saying all day, Slack. The guy is just playing so big right now for Luminosity.
The first one a gimme, but the second one lands right in his lap. Can Slack play at this level all weekend long? 2-1 now to LG. What do they do on offense? They're right back to this B-side push. The difference, though, is the defense from Heretics. You don't have those 3 players in mid-map who can instantly collapse.
Yeah, a bit more default from Heretics this time. You know, they take a chance their last defense. And again, it comes down to a 1 versus 1, so you don't hate it. But this is a bit of a 3-2 split, and this is what we saw. But Formal this time, instead of getting first blooded, he finds the first blood, but Metals is there, and that's the bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get a kill on the B side. You'd love to maybe be able to wrap that back, but you lose the bomb. In from Vince, though, comes Brack. Now Lucky's going to have to hit a big snipe. 3 versus 4 for Heretics.
And Skies almost gets taken down there in a...
Oh, the flinch and the shots from Formal. Enough to make sure he can't connect. John looked like he was trying to run through a wall, but then the cluster towards the back steps gets 2. 1v3 for the new guy in Vortex, and he is in an improbable, what seems an impossible spot.
Yeah, you have 1 ICR to the left, 1 to the right, where you're supposed to go and defuse the bomb. Luminosity. We talked about making some adjustments on offense based on what we saw earlier, and it feels like they've done that, not relying on the sniper of Formal.
I didn't see Brack pushing, so I thought once the bomb dropped, I'm like, oh God, they're in trouble, because they still have 2 players over towards B. Brack pops out, though, gets the kill, and then, well, the cluster from Formal really seals the deal. Remember, it was a huge cluster from that map, too, for Heretics, right, that ended up being the difference.
But this has been such a match of huge swings. Now can Heretics get right back into it?
Who is that close to streaks?
Well, that's
Skies, okay. Hit marker for Formal. Sight control at A for Heretics. Bomb now getting planted. Look at that number 8 in Brack. He's playing on an island quite a bit on a map like this. And now he is on the late flank. They're going to rely on Brack to make a play. Does he get there in time? Lucky hits the snipe. Formal answers back. Slacked him with a frag grenade, able to do it now. Where's Brack? He's going to get involved in the action soon. They're worried about him. If they backed up to that side, now he's going to find them, able to get away with his life. Journey goes big, but it's going to be Journey then by himself, and LG secure yet another round.
And the man who's able to find two again, slacked, one with a nade, one with the SOG. But for Heretics, I think when you spot the guy on the flank, you should go the opposite way, right? Like, you have the man advantage. Yes, there's a trade with a sniper right after that, but if you push LG, it's very similar to Gridlock, where if you give up that middle statue, right, you then have to check the bomb from such a tough position that you're just not able to do so. You can't back all the way up and just try to play the guy on the flank. You have to push forward. Take that 4-on-3, whatever it is, use your numbers.
Skies fell short of streaks, but now it's Formal on the hunt. 225 off. Can Lucky get him again? Here comes LG. Lucky can't hit the quick scope, but they get his position. Metal's playing sneaky towards the statue. Nice play out of him as Formal gets a haircut, and they're the hell out of there.
And they back away. You did have one player working mid. That was Brack. Remember, when we saw units have a ton of success on defense, it was Joe inside of Vents. You really haven't seen that position taken by Heretics yet.
Well, and last time they were in a similar position, it was Brack that made the play from Vince for LG. Almost able to pick Metals, but not quite able to do it. Lucky then takes out Formal yet again. That's going to be bombed down. No plant for Formal, no position towards streaks. 30 seconds remaining in the round, 3 versus 5, but Luminosity have no foothold to build anything off of. Brack brings it a little bit closer. Through lobby comes Brack to maybe pick up another kill. Brack gets shut down. 2 players tagged up from Heretics, but they're able to stay up. And now the flood just in from LG. Team kill through for Heretics, but it will not matter. And that was how needed of a round was that for Heretics? They just had to get it done.
Yeah, it starts with the first blood. Once again, that comes in from Lucky, and then that 4 versus 5.
Well, Metals had the first blood, right?
Oh yeah,
Metals had the first blood. Well, and that's the first time, like, we've seen, for the most part, Lucky's kind of been playing there by himself, sniping, right? And then this time they play a little bit sneaky with Metals at the statue.
Well, no, it's usually been Metals just pushed up on the statue. Lucky's been rotating back and forth.
Okay.
So this was the first time where he's really had some people watching over him.
Round 7. I wouldn't be shouldering anything towards A if I was LG. But Formal trying to find the angle. Might have just saw him cross, but Formal's brought it back towards lobby.
Look at the position of LG. They played very aggressive towards B, but Heretics, they went middle of the map. They're trying to catch out John. Nobody gets taken down, but this gives the A site to Heretics. They have so much map position now. Let's see what they do with it. Are they just going to back away? Are they going to keep those positions around this statue? It looks like they're going to stay. Well, Methods with the ICR is able to find the first blood.
Formal's going to get caught. Slack, though. He's been so big in these situations. Lucky hits yet another snipe. 2 versus 3 for LG. Brack, the last man up, he will drop, and that's back-to-back now for Heretics as they bring it to 3-4.
A different look on the offensive side as well from Heretics. I love the adjustments they've made. They've always shown something different on their attacking sides. This time they take lobby control. And basically what that does when you put pressure on the guy doorways, if there's somebody statue or somebody vents, they're stuck. So, or you force them to back away. You just give up all the map positioning.
I would love to see what kind of timing Formal got there, because he was holding that exact position for Methods. He must have just given it up, and then Methods peels him. Luminosity favoring B. It looks like aggression at B from Heretics. Maybe just push up to get the trophy out for now. But they're setting up a 4-man push as Brack's just watching the flank.
As well. It looks like Journey's at a bit of an off angle right now. If we can go to his point of view, I just want to see where he's playing. So yeah, near that left corner, most players play the right one near the bomb. John was ready for it though. Journey almost messes up his slide on the stairs, but is able to get away.
They have wrap bomb back towards A, and now it's going to be unlucky. He's been so good there,
good.
Just barely misses. And the cluster will keep him at bay at least for a moment, but he's going to have more chances in this one. Can't hit the flick. Off the map goes Lucky, but back in bounds. 5 versus 5. Heretics 35 seconds to work the defuse. Brack, fantastic shots at him. Brack somehow actually gets a second there as well. 3 down for Heretics. 2 remaining to try and clutch in this 2 versus 5.
There's just not enough time. I mean, there's just not enough time. They have no positioning. It looked like Methods was trying to work the flank on the B side, but that was with the bomb planted. And I mean, you're just hoping your teammates stay alive when you're doing that.
Are you seeing some improvements from Luminosity on offense based on units versus their based on their match versus units, or do you think it's just units have maybe a better defensive setup to kind of counter what they were doing?
Better. I think the one thing when you rotate back to this site is one thing you always have to watch out for is vents control. And Joe was always in vents, just being so annoying. Remember, every single round, John and Brack was trying to hit vents from middle to deal with Joe, but Joe was so good at it.
I think this is the least
you haven't seen that.
This is like the least I've seen Vince used on.
Right? Yeah, on defense.
Formal with the first blood.
Lucky's in trouble. He's in trouble. It's a 5-man hit from Luminosity, and this could be the game. Now a 5 versus 3, and LG's they're just gonna go.
They got the numbers. They're flying forward. 2v4 now for Heretics to try and clutch up. Can Vortex and Metals pull it off? Vortex with a kill. Metals the last one up. Formal's got to reload. Now 1v2 for Vortex. The round is over. The series is over. There's a couple more bullets in that clip. Skies and Formal just sticking together. Now Vortex has a frag grenade to use.
It's going to be so tough for him, though. He's going to have to play a very small choke point, right? You can't play long range. You have a Maddox and an ICR on the side of LG. So where are you going to play this?
So you have flak. Can we check, did Formal have flak? Okay, so Formal has flak, Skies doesn't.
Yeah, Vortex is trying to play positioning with this SOG. So he's going to spot one, and then he's going to go away. So what he's playing for right now is that frag grenade. Yep,
that's exactly
what he's going to do.
Skies the one's got to hit. I think it's on Skies. Skies able to get away, just not cook quite long enough. 20 seconds to work with.
He's going to have to go Formal.
How do you top it?
This
oh, he ripped him! He ripped him! Oh, what is that? Good Vortex! Oh, my! The new song. Wow. Woo. Might be feeling like V14 after that one.
Yeah, man, he just got downgraded.
Heretics still alive.
It's 150 off.
What a moment for Vortex.
He's going to use this. He's going to use the ice pick. He's going to get very close to Streaks here. He's going to have to hop off of it. The aggression's here from Luminosity, just going right back towards this A side. Lucky's got to be careful. Can you get Vortex the Streaks? That's really the story of this round.
Methods with a massive first blood. Skies does some damage over the top, but they're gonna fly forward. Coming off the plant, there's been so much damage in, but there's the grab slam! The grab slam from Slack, and that'll seal it! LG, move on! Who's it been all day? All day when LG needs somebody to step up. It's been blacked. What What a map that was. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Between the run back from the bathroom and that, I'm tired. That's about the All-Star game.
Well, yeah, you got fun. You're gonna have fun with that.
Yeah. That's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast. But wow, what a series. Vortex, I'll tell you what, man, that was a memorable moment for the new guy on Heretics.
Oh, you played
But
well.
you still lose in the end, but what a round, my God.
Yeah,
the new song.
I just think for Heretics, you look back at that map number 2, right? You had the opportunity to go up 5-0. They allow LG to come back. I know they're frustrated because they were right there, but LG, they move on. Your pick's still alive, but I'll tell you what.
They're still alive.
They gotta be better.
They're still alive.
They gotta be better, though.
You're not wrong, but
They
the
have to
hero,
be better.
the hero of the match, the man going big time and time again. He's on stage with your PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Clint. How do you feel after that?
Man, it's been a long day. That was a stressful series. I'm glad we got through it. I don't know, I think we just started slowing down through the day. I mean, we've been playing since 2 o'clock, so just reset going into tomorrow, and thankfully we're going through.
So you've played through the play-in bracket, now you're here in the main bracket. From a pressure standpoint, what is the biggest difference between those two types of matches?
Honestly, it's like a stress, relief. You win those first 2 matches, you know you're in playoffs. Now we're in a double elimination bracket. The single elim is so stressful. Every map is wow, we got to focus up. Going into that, like I said, we just kind of slowed down through the day, but thankfully we got through, and now we play Optic tomorrow.
Was there anything that was revealed during this series that's something that, hey, we need to go take a look at tonight before we head into tomorrow?
Honestly, I think we were just so excited to play. We were just spamming call-outs. Everything was so hectic, and we just weren't really playing our game. Surprisingly, we got that win. We did not deserve it. We played absolutely awful. And I don't know, going forward, hopefully we can just reset and chill out and win.
Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Justin. You heard it from Slack. Luminosity getting 3 wins today, moving on again so far. A perfect day for them, and Slack going so very big for his team. Take a look at those stats. He's here and he is making his statement.
He's been a beast all day, man.
Unbelievable all
Slack
day.
today has had, I think, the best day we've ever seen him have in Black Ops 4. Today he was an amazing player. Huge. When that game 4, when they're on the ropes, he came out with 6,300 damage.
Dude, that song buff,
Slack,
man.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of it. He really is.
Even Vortex right there. Wow!
That was
couldn't
crazy.
believe it.
It's not even just the stats he's putting up, it's the plays that he's making.
Yeah.
That 3-piece to end the game, getting inside U-Hill on every frequency and getting those kills, the guy in rotation with those trades.
And this is that
it's
last
incredible.
round.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Luminosity was hacked right here. Their mini-maps were in shambles. They didn't know what was going on. So, they're trying to coordinate this A push. Luckily, they end up staying there for a couple seconds before Heretics challenges.
Slack is the guy planting the bomb in that round.
Yeah.
Gets off the bomb and it's ready to grab them right away.
Most teams would either run away right there or they would try to challenge them before they got up the steps. So Slack made a really heads-up play there, just running away and going to use a slam. It's nuts.
But it was perfect timing because I'm pretty sure that hack just finished. While he was mid-plant, he realized that he was going to get his grab slam. He was like, I'm not going to plant this. I got my superpower. I'm going in, making this big play, getting that 3-piece at the end, especially the way that your teammates lost that 2v1. They were completely demoralized. So for you to be able to bounce back for your team, pick up that 3-piece, got to be feeling amazing.
Yeah, certainly it does. Let's look now at our bracket as we continue things on. You can see while LG did get a win, Evil Geniuses did not. Getting swept by Reciprocity.
In that series, Dylan played maybe the best individual series that's been
He
played.
had 42 and 22, I think, at one point.
He went off in the hard point and he went off.
He went off every single map.
It's every map. He's just a demon on the map. He's so good at this game. The hit scan, he was amazing before, and the hit scan update has made him a superstar. He's dominant right now.
Yeah, that is certainly true. And again, that was our schedule for the day as we moved through things. But now we're done. Our play-in bracket is done. Our 2 teams, LG and EG, have moved on. LG having exactly the day that they wanted, but we are not done yet. We still have the CWL finals for Miami. We've got all-star matches coming up here, presented by TCL in just a little bit, which is sure to be a very, very good time. And we'll be talking about that all-star match in just a couple minutes.